Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Stationeers Venus episode 58, which originally aired live on Twitch. Ooh, Joey, that's cool. I didn't realize that. I think it would be easier if I just wished a northern white rhino into existence and they didn't have to, like, genetically engineer one. No, let's also cycle this airlock, because I'm inside now. And it saves me power to have the airlock be on the other side. Alright. We have already pulled all the X out. We just have a little bit of CO2 left. Is this thing pressurized too much? No, there's still room for gas. Cool. Jurassic rhinos? Yeah. Alright, there's my door. French fries. Okay, this light here can't stay there. Well, it could, but it's in a rather annoying spot. So alternatively, I could put it there, and it's not so annoying. Now let's reroute these cables so that they don't run everywhere. Oh yeah, this is an easy fix. Cool. That was relatively simple. What do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4 more metal sheeting, floor grating. Can do. And now that we have access to the space during the day, because it's part of the base, it'll be a lot easier to complete this build. It's the first major addition to the base in a while. I don't know if it's vacuum in there, but let's grab my ice crusher stuff. Regardless. So, the liquid, the wall pieces I can put away for now. Liquid and gas. Atmospherics. Ice crusher. So the ice crusher immediately will feed to a water tank that we cool down before running electrolysis. So we're going to want a lot of liquid pipes and radiators. And version 1 of this isn't going to have any, like... Version 1 of this is not going to have any safeties or whatever. It's all going to be me working the controls. Yep. Alright, I will need to print up a whole bunch of pipes and stuff, but let's get the ice crusher set up. So let's cycle to interior. And hope that I've set this up correctly. So it's pulling out the base air. This doesn't implode because it's... Oh yeah, we have true vacuum in here. This is a vacuum room. Perfect. Turn that off. No one can hear me scream. All right. Okay, I will put the ice crusher here. We don't have iron sheets, but I can get them. And then for now, I will put everything on the ground. So I have one of two atmospherics. We're going to want a tank for the water. So let's cycle back. What else are we going to want? Pipes, iron sheet to build that. The power console to power on the ice crusher the way we did over here. And for now, just the water tank. We'll just feed a water tank, and then we'll work from there. One little step at a time. All right, have we grabbed the CO2? Not all of it, but it's pretty unreasonable for us to grab all of it, because once I take off my helmet, you know, that's going to be an issue, right? So for this tank project, I'm going to do a liquid tank rather than a portable tank. It's going to be a physical one that we place, installed permanently, which is different than this water tank, which is mobile. I never really designed this. I mean, I'll be honest, I started this series without even knowing that it would pick up in popularity and I'd continue playing or whatever. So I didn't build this base initially with any sort of idea as to what I was going to build or how large it was going to be. So maybe that's on me, but in either case, the portable tanks just make for really bad storage, given their pressure fussiness. So there we have a liquid tank. We're also going to want the pipes, liquid and gas. So I'll make some liquid pipes. And then over here, we're going to want the console for power controls. That way we can, exactly like this, we can turn on and off all of the things that need to be used in a crusher all at once, combined, and so that it doesn't crush us. Because the ice crusher still, I have no reason to believe that it still is not bugged like it was before. Now, the thing about this ice crusher, the ice crusher we're putting in, it's also going to outgas nitrogen, and we're going to want to feed that nitrogen to this purple pipe. So we're also going to want significant gas pipes to feed to that. What would that be? Regular old pipes, and some insulator pipes, because part of this feed line is probably going to go through space, through Venus atmosphere, not space. I think the issue with the ice crusher is it combines, if you leave gas or liquid in it, it will start drying from atmospheric temps, which of course on Venus is incredibly hot, and as a result it can explode and cook you. It's a theory that I have. I've reported it as a bug to the dev team, and it's now up to them to investigate if they so wish. My hands are clean to that. I know how to work around it. Maybe my workaround is not necessary, but given that my workaround is also inexpensive, I don't really care if it's necessary or not. I'd rather not explode. All right, let's paint my purples purple. Paint my purples purple. Let's paint my pipes purple. That's not how to do that. Let's try that again. So now we probably need more insulated pipes to bridge the gap there. But this is going to look something like, let's install one. There. It's going to stick out like that. and then run to the intake. And it has to be insulated over there because that will keep Venus's ridiculously hot atmosphere from heating up the nitrogen that will outgas from the process. Guess I never plugged that in, did I? Oh, too far. Hey, Sanker. Welcome to the stream of this. Yeah, the spoiler alert update just dropped. That's cool. With the food spoiling. For me, that is so non-issue because I'm perpetually replanting potatoes in the Harveys. But I did hear a lot of grumbling about that. It doesn't bother me because I figure it's also probably a feature that you could just turn off. And any feature that you could just turn off is not a feature that is, you know, but we'll see. I can also cool the entire purple network, basically for free, if I put enough radiators in my vacuum room, yeah. And I might want that, because of course, my purple intakes here are hot. They're, what is 371K to C? And 200 Fahrenheit, like boiling. And I can refrigerate that for free. So I might as well. But before I do that, let's get insulator pipes. 2 more insulator pipes should be fine. People love to complain before trying it. Yep. I try to make a point. I could definitely, you know, there's the whole adage of don't knock it till you try it. I'm generally not one to complain too much. I like new features. But, I do have to remind myself to, one thing that I'm really good at, I'd like to say, is I don't give into hype. I basically, you know, I don't pre-order games. I don't really care about anything until I put my hands on it. You know, I'm very much like I'll see it, I'll believe it when I see it. You know, I'm in a way, I guess you could say I'm a skeptic of everything. Like healthy amounts of skepticism for anything that I haven't personally experienced. Bye, Yoda. The decay is pretty slow? Well, that's good to know. I figured it was going to be slow. This game doesn't have anything that I would consider unreasonable. And then anything that is tough, like, let's say, hydration rate, well, there's a slider for that. So if you're like, oh no, I don't know how to play with hydration, turn it off. Oh no, I don't know how to play with food, turn it off. Like, there's nothing in this game that, like, can't then also be turned off if it's too difficult. So, you know, any new feature that gets introduced, if there's just a toggle to turn it off, well then big whoop. Ain't no problem then at that point, right? Ain't no problem. There we go. We have the 100° C network, the intake air network. It would be wise to refrigerate that. Absolutely. I can wholeheartedly agree there. And that would be really easy to do because all we need to do is like slap some radiators on it and call it good. That's what custom planets are for. Yeah. I mean, this game is already really modifiable. So if there's any features that you don't like, change it. Pretty straightforward. All right, let's set up the ice crusher. The other part of the ice crusher. The inside part. so that we can start crushing ice and cooling down our purple intake. Oh, yeah, I don't really have iron sheets though. All right, let me get iron sheets. I feel a little dumb. Yeah, SimCity 2013 was a major disappointment. The last SimCity, well, City Skylines is pretty good, but like the last SimCity, as far as I'm concerned, is 4, and the only way to make it playable at scale was like heavily modifying it. You're talking to someone who has logged some time. Most of those city builder games, it comes down to how much of a pain in the butt is traffic, and is it a realistic depiction of traffic. That was initially, I don't know how they do it anymore because I've not played in a long time. But when City Skylines first came out, people didn't own homes. They would just line up. Like, everybody would go to work to a generic work spot, and then when they returned home from work, they would just line up and like live in whatever home that they like drove to. It was very, very funny. Alright, so the ice crusher, iron sheets, and cable coils. Well, I have the cable coils, so let's go build this. Yeah, City Skylines is better now. When it first came out, I remember it was just one giant conga line of like, I'm gonna live here because it's the first house I drove to. It's like, oh dear lord. That's not even a simulation of... It was really bad. I was embarrassed for them. They obviously had fixed it, but initially it was just like, oof. Yikes. It was a yikes. It was very yikesable. Alright. The outputs here, the top is gas. It really should be, rather than output 1, output 2, it should be gas and liquid, but it doesn't say that because why make it easier, right? So now, at this point, we have everything we need to be able to feed cooler gas to the base, but then I did mention, and I'll be adding in the radiator later, but I did mention that it would be wise to radiate. But also, not only that, and let me sequentially remove this. We also are going to want to add a volume pump to it, because the bug that I discovered in ice crushers is if you don't have a volume pump, you go boom, boom, bang, bang. So I don't want to go boom, boom, bang, bang. So we'll stick, and I know it's the wrong color. I don't care. We'll stick the volume pump there. At this point, is there gas in my ice crusher? Oh, good. There isn't. I was wondering if the gas could, like, flow back from atmospheric filtering, but it didn't. So that's good. And we'll have to plug that in. Then the other thing is the liquid output. So let me remove these bad boys. We're going to want... some sort of liquid pump that also then pumps the liquid out of it. This is not the new update. The new update hadn't released when I started streaming. So there's the liquid pump, and then that liquid pump will go straight to a liquid tank, which will end up being a holding tank, and then I can run the electrolyzers when I deem that it is the correct temperature. Oh, come on. Right. Wedge myself back here. Nope, that's not gonna work either. Ah, I'm getting stuck. There we are. So that's pretty simple pipe network. Not hard to understand. This is, of course, without the radiators. I'm thinking about where the radiators... I guess the radiators could run overhead or something. I'm actually going to make a little bit of a change to this tank setup. To put the tank there instead. Just so that I have more... There's more space to run radiators. So I can cool the gas down. So I could run radiators here. And then I could have like a wall of radiators there to, to radiate the gases, or the liquid's heat. No problem. So we're going to need to print up some radiators, a serious amount of radiators for both the gas and the liquid. For the gas radiators, I can have them be above, I guess. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up some radiators just to see how many we're really going to need, because I don't have a concept of the amount that I'm going to need yet. But let's set up power control for the ice crusher now, so that I can get that stuff out of my inventory. So plug the power control in. Of course, I placed the power control right in front of where the wires would otherwise connect. Not too many radiators will freeze my base. Well, there's not a lot being fed from this base. Because of this, yeah. I basically don't run into that risk because of the way I've designed the system. Maybe I'll make this a little less ugly. I'll run the power to the back, and then run it down. I'm also gonna have to remember not to use my jetpack in this space, that would ruin its vacuum. But I've got this vacuum vent. I'll even name it vacuum vent. Vacuum active vent. Alright. Ice crusher gas volume pump. And then the ice crusher liquid volume pump. And then when we are using our data disk to hook up the power control here, connected to this, we'll have mode linked. The ice crusher gas. Let's search ice now. 1, 2, done. Now the power console is all ready to go. So when I want to turn on my ice crusher, I hit one button. All three things turn on and off. Nice. So this is ready for ice input, but we don't have radiators on it yet. So let me print up some radiators, and we'll try to figure out where we want to place the radiators and how to make it look attractive and all that. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are trying to catch up on YouTube. I stream this too often for there to be an easy way for everybody to catch up. Ooh, the base's pressure is under 100. I'm gonna need to do some gas mixing at some point. That is not at risk of blowing out my windows, mind you. It's still, my windows are safe. But it is an indicator that I really do need to make oxygen soon, so I can start gas mixing to start oxygenating the base. But we've taken all the C out, as you can see. 12% oxygen, 88 nitrogen. So, radiators. I'm going to make... Ooh, I am just about out of gold. I did have gold in my basement, so let me smelt some of that. Come on, process. What I'm doing once I'm not here is I'm dumping all the gas out of it so that the furnace itself won't pressurize. That way I don't have to like babysit it too much. All right, let's go for 5 radiators of each type and see what kind of an effect that will give. For gas radiators, I don't think it's going to be that effective, given the volume of the intake. But for liquid, that should be effective enough to cool it down so that I can electrolyze it without risk of kabooms. Because it's really the risk of kabooms that I'm worried about. All right, so there's my radiators. I am going to go to the length of painting it because I'm a sucker. So let me go get that gas volume pump. I know. Might as well make it look nice-ish. For your benefit, right? And I'll have to set up the power console again once I'm done. Obviously. Alright, let's go somewhere where I can paint this. But before I do that, I could just slap these radiators down. So, I've got 4 sections to put here. Let's fix that. There's no liquid in this yet, so I can move things around and not care. Oh no, don't stick to the wall. Tusk, did you just run into my office and belch? Really, girl? Really, girl? You had dinner, didn't you? I love when she does that. It's pretty cute. No, I actually don't want it facing that way. Let me fix that. Yeah, I'm not going to be painting it in here. I know better. Alright, so that's a good length for 5. Very, very, very simple. Alright, let's go paint these things. And then we're ready for some ice crushing. So once I paint them, I think I'm going to go mine up some ice. So we're needing to paint the radiators and the volume pumps. I should also set the pressure to this to like just 80 or something rather than 100, but whatever. I'm not going to be coming in here too often. It's not like I need to run a ton of batches of oxygen. Isn't the vacuum room a perfect place to paint? I don't really need the X. Maybe it is, but right now the vacuum room is set up that it just vacuums out to space, or to Venus, I should say, just outside. So it's not like I'm even collecting the X. I just have to then vacuum out the area. So I could set it up that vacuum leads to my filters, but the problem is if I ever had like a window breach or a wall breach, I would start then sucking Venus gas into, you know, there could be some side effects that are unwanted. All right, so to test this system, I need to find ice, but you know, I don't know where ice is. And here, let me dim my lights so I can actually see the screen a little bit better. Might be one of these things that it's going to be a lot easier to do come setup. Got gold. Now the trackers are on automatically. As soon as my external doors are open, the trackers flip on. So at least I can't get lost. Well, here's some volatile ice. Uranium, copper, iron, copper, so much copper. Yeah, the auto beacon is set up. That silicon. There's an alternative to an auto beacon, which is, whoa, chunk hasn't loaded. Which is GPS chips. Because most people's bases are going to be close to, oh, I don't think this chunk is loaded either. To 000. And if your base is set up at like 000, it's going to be easy for you to find your way home, even if you don't have a beacon. You just walk to 000. I feel like none of the ores in the ground are even loading. There they go. Every time I think it's ice, it's silicon. I need miner's glasses. I don't disagree with you. However, I work on only the projects that are proposed, and those have been proposed and they haven't won. So until they win, I won't be making them because I don't have the materials. I have an advanced furnace, but I've only run waspalloy through it. I've not run stellite, inconel, astraloy, any of that stuff. Yeah, at least. Sounds like you watched, Alina J, sounds like you watched a bit of my content already. If you're watching this on YouTube, well, I have a lot of warnings, but you're rather, oh, here we go. You're rather behind. Not that that's a problem, necessarily. It depends on how much you care for spoilers. The chunk here has not loaded yet, so I'm not actually... I can't really mine at the moment. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save and force the chunk load. Let's do Venus 8. Logged out of Steam. I don't like that. Guess no more cloud saving for me. Alright, yeah, let's force the chunk load. So the reason this happens is if you jetpack around too fast, it doesn't actually load the chunks properly. And then you can mine the ores, but you can't actually interact with the terrain. And it gets a little weird. A necessary precaution, I suppose. Hey, buddy. Much better. Now, my old water, like the one that my plants and I drink, we were pretty low there too. So some of this water is just going to go to the base. Some of it is going to go to electrolysis. I have to figure out, you know, what water I want for breathing and what water I want for drinking. A hard choice, right? All right, is this node tapped? I'm not sure. There's a little bit of everything here, huh? Some nickel, some copper, some iron. As far as I can tell, I don't think there's any more water here, though. Because the Z level of Venus is very, very shallow. I've hit it here. Oh, you know what? I don't have my tracker on me, so who knows where the base is? I have a vague concept of direction here. Yeah, all right, I know. I said I had a vague concept. I look up and I'm like, yep, there's the base. I kept it in my head the whole time. It is a net result of playing games like Rust, where if you don't know where your home is, you can't play. Yoda's spinning around. Yeah, he's trying to get comfortable. He's a very strange dog. Very cute, very strange. Yoda, chill. Thank you. No, Yoda, chill. Oh. Yeah. He's a strange little bugger. What up, dude? What is up with you, man? He's gone full wackadoo. I love it. All right, let's get back. Oh, here we go. Is this a note? Yes. Yes. More. Feed me the water. Water next to activated carbon. It's not technically, but I can pretend. It's pure water. That's a pretty good amount. There's probably more water in this node, but this is enough for me. So let's get home. Yeah, look at my shining beacon that's... Oh, hello, more water. This is right next to the base, though. This would be easy to find. Again. Although it looks like it's empty. Look at that little shining beacon. Alright, I would say like 100 of this for electrolysis, the rest into the base drinking supply. That seems pretty fair. Hi, guy. All right, base drinking water. Now I can't put these ices down because they would melt into the base. Okay, Steam is having some issues up top. Jeez. Or maybe it's my... No, it's not my internet, it's Steam. I'm not disconnecting from you guys. I guess that was my fear. But no, I'm seeing fine. My connection to you, no problem. The other thing is the temperature of the of the atmospheric intakes are dropping because I'm putting cold water or cold nitrogen gas that gets shunted off of the ice crusher here into the system. Okay, but now we have some good water in the base, which is always nice to have. And let's go ahead and crush the rest in here. Now, the magical temperature for combustion is 32°C. Right now, my base is 31°C. So if I somehow had a fuel leak in my base, it would not combust. It would be very, very dangerous. Oh. Wait. The hell was that? What just happened? Okay, I was going through the airlock and... What, it just stopped working? No! What the heck, airlock? You ain't even doing anything that I want you to do. Okay, what was my last save? Just a second ago. Okay, let me load that. What the heck happened to that airlock? For reals. It just didn't cycle and then dumped a cycle? I'm not even sure. That was very, very strange. It couldn't even. Yeah, that's pretty much the airlock in a nutshell. I trigger it, and then it just flops open on me, and then yeah, I don't know. Ghost of the machine is a good way to put it. Just one of those. Wasn't me. It's not my fault. That's why it's a shameless save scum, because obviously I had built my I built it right, you know. It was functional. It just sometimes it bugs out. Right, buddy? Sometimes it just bugs out. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. You best not bug. So this is why I have the pumps on this ice crusher. The ice crusher itself can hold water in it. And in my experience, when you allow the ice crusher to contain liquid or gas, I think that is the trigger point for its explosive behaviors. So I've got these volume pumps that are actively pulling the liquid and gas out of the ice crusher so that I don't have that issue. Check the setup of the airlock. It's fine. It's a basic airlock, so there really isn't any setup. Just one of those bugs. All right, so now the ice crusher has no gas in it, and it's about to have no liquid in it. And then once all the liquid's pumped out, I can hit the console here, which I didn't do previously. Okay. Now the ice crusher is actually empty. Man, if only we could have, like, liquid locks, like oxygen not included. Right? A little visco gel. Oh, now you work. Jeez. Wait. No, you did. What the heck? Okay. It fully pressurized. No, the doors aren't in the wrong order. Okay, hold on. Another save and load. Yeah, time to bust out the data disk. But I need to save and load before I cycle the airlock, because if I went now, what would end up happening is it would still just open up to the the vacuum room. And the reason I don't want to do that is then I'd have to reset up the way I vacuum out the air of the vacuum room, because I don't want a bunch of my base air to be wasted, right? The base air has oxygen in it because I'm supposed to be breathing in an oxygenated environment. So if I set it up that, you know, that I just flush that to Venus, I've wasted a whole lot of oxygen that I don't want to waste. But it's almost as if, like, it deselected the door or something. I'm not even really sure. It's a very strange behavior. Door. So we have the airlock gas sensor. Let's name everything airlock. That way I can search on it. Airlock interior door. Airlock exterior door. Yeah. Airlock gas sensor, airlock active vent. Everything's name is airlock. The exterior door, the interior door. Out of paranoia, I'm going to save again. It was working fine, nothing changed, and then it didn't work, which means it just got bugged. All right, so it's pressurizing. I'm gonna watch this door. I don't know why this door flings open. Okay, it worked this time. Got my eye on you. Huh. Can't even hear the ice crusher. Because, you know, vacuum. Why is there N2? Does the ice crusher outgas? Wait, what the heck? There was N2 and then now there's not? I don't even know what's going on. But all right, so the water we have in here is very, very, very cold. So that's... Oh yeah, there's no pump. Right. It's just becoming pressurized. It's not that actually... Not that big of a problem. Funny enough. But let's toss that pump back in there. And hook that up to link up. But thanks for a reminder, because that's funny. And we'll name it. Let's name it again. Ice crusher gas volume pump. Because I love my verbose. Okay, so now the gas pump is pumping. And this ice crusher is outgassing. My water is cold and getting colder. Cycle that again. Cool. Well, that part's done. So now we have water to electrolyze. And with the 5 radiators, that seems to be fine. I don't really need to do much more. So the electrolyzer is going to dump out fuel, which some of that fuel I'm going to want to immediately I'm going to want to pull the hydrogen or the oxygen, one or the other, out of it before sending the rest through purple. So what I can do is I can run, because my volatiles red line is closest. I'm going to filter out the volatiles out of the fuel, leaving me oxygen to... I might actually want to do both. To skip the whole purple line. Yeah, I think I'm going to do both. So, Is there any gas in here? There is not. Great. Let's turn all that off. Yeah, I'm going to skip both. The reason for skipping both is so that it doesn't have to sit in this purple pipe. It doesn't have to filter multiple times or whatever. So we are going to, it's going to look something like this. We're going to have a filtration unit, which will split the hydrogen and oxygen. We'll put the filtration unit here. And then behind that, we're going to have the electrolyzer feeding gas between them. The electrolyzer works very, 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 very slowly. So it's not going to be a situation where it's explosive or whatever. And then the other thing that we wanted to do here is to hook up just a few passive vents. I could always add more if I really wanted to, but just a few passive vents to passively cool down this intake. So I'll have it mimic the ice here, the ice line. It's not going to have a huge effect, but it should cool down this intake pipe a little bit, from 92 down to something a little bit more reasonable. And if I wanted to, I could hook up crazy amounts of radiators to it to have more effect, but it's also a pressurized thing, so the high pressure means that you know, it's not going to change temperature quickly. So this is the gas filtration, and this is going to filter oxygen and hydrogen, splitting it, and then the input there will be, let's have it be an insulated pipe, and then behind that will be the electrolyzer. So let's get an electrolyzer. So this room is bigger than it needs to be, but oh well. I've got spacious vacuum. That's not much of a problem. And then for the electrolyzer itself, I'm going to want to run the heavy watt cable over to it, just because the electrolyzer does draw a lot of power. But I digress. I think I won't do that if I'm just using one electrolyzer, because I believe that one electrolyzer can run off of a 5K wire. It's just if I have two or more, it becomes a problem. Bigger for room expansion. I don't know if I'm ever going to need more vacuum room, but we'll see. We will see. Let's check up on the, oh. Switch that battery out. Check up on my plants. Because if I don't check on the plants periodically, I end up with, like, potato chaos. I only need to filter volatiles. Oxygen can be filtered through purple. True, but it would heat up the oxygen, and I don't want hot oxygen. It would heat up the oxygen to the temperature of the purple pipe, which would be 90 something. And because that purple pipe always sips Venus gas at 100 something, it's just it's way hotter than I want it to be. Potato Chaos is a great band name. Yeah, I can already see some Potato Chaos happening over there. Oh, some pumpkins. Them resown. I need to split the soybean line. Ooh, I sold a lot of my soybeans. Oh well. Let's split these in half and then split them in half again. To refeed them in. And we'll see if that cursed Harvey is still cursed. My guess is yes. Hey, Harveys. Why are they all frozen? Fine, I'll prompt them. That's weird. Yep, cursed Harvey is cursed. I don't know what's wrong with that Harvey. I really have no idea. It just doesn't like to play nice. God, look at all these potatoes. Wow. They are all out of potatoes over there, so let's feed this back in. And this stupid cursed Harvey. Just grab, you dumb idiot. So if you look at all the other Harveys here, they obviously grabbed from the junctions, and then this cursed Harvey just doesn't. It's like, I do what I want. I'm a diva. No, you're not a diva. You're just misbehaving Harvey. That's all you are. No, I didn't fix this at all, though. I was gonna fix it by shoving the soybeans in myself, and, well, I didn't do that. There we are. Alright, junction, please work. Alright, so, yes, I'm glad I supervised it. The temperature and gas in here is fine. Totally fine. It's mostly CO2. There is a pumpkin there. Cool. I got myself another pumpkin. I'm actually relying on the Harveys being bugged. I'm exploiting the bug to be able to plant more easily. But it's just one of my 8 Harveys that's the pain. And that's been the pain point. Is one Harvey behaves differently than the rest. Which is pretty silly. Must be a supervisor Harvey. That's why it's not doing anything. I like the theory. I like that theory. Okay. So if we want to send the electrolyzer filters over here for oxygen and fuel, we're probably going to need to run pipes out on Venus. So that means printing up a bunch of insulator pipe. So I'll leave that running for a minute while I put my pumpkin. No, I already have a spare pumpkin. But put my pumpkin and my pipes away. My normal pipes. And my paint. Wait, where'd these ferns... No, go back. Alright, so we're going to need red and white for the new pipes. We're also going to need the atmospherics. And I'm also going to want the liquid pipes. And I'm going to want more liquid pipes than that. Just rename 0 to 8. Oh yeah, I could do that. Because we got them. I don't actually think that's it. I think it's a problem with the junction and not the code. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and you could be onto something. But I think it's a junction problem, not the code problem. Huh, it's a pipe that escaped. You still haven't played with Harveys yet? Yeah, I avoided them for a long time because they were buggy. But I'm using them because having to manually do it is just more labor intensive, so might as well use buggy Harveys that make things easy. I gotta say, a lot of the newest features are very buggy. Like Amy's are buggy, Harveys are buggy. A lot of the sort of newer higher tech stuff just doesn't work the way you'd want it to. Like Amy's just get stuck on everything. It's sort of low-key infuriating, but it's just, and the rockets are weird, and rockets straight up don't even work on Venus because they're not insulated, so your entire fuel supply ignites and the rockets explode. There's a lot of little issues like that, but it is the love-hate relationship of this game, I suppose. You either love it or you hate it. And I'm not all that frustrated. Just the way they are. Amy's are cute. I agree with you there. They are very cute, and they're very useful when they work. But it's like herding cats when they don't work. You're having to pick them up and debug their code and the ores out of them, and then I would also say that there's not even a really good system to deal with the ores that they have. I mean, you can set up like a complex vending silo system or something like that, but the fact that you have to set up such a complicated sort of intake, output, whatever, to queuing demand system for them is just another testament to it's sort of an incomplete project. No hate, just observation. Thank you for watching Stationeers Venus, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Keep in mind that this series has actually concluded on Twitch, but there's still about 10 hours or so yet to air. If you would like to catch live streams of mine, although I'm no longer streaming Stationeers, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers. Thank you so very much for watching. I'll catch you next episode, or perhaps a stream. Farewell, everybody.